Good evening, Gtsa. We've made it just in time. Looks like qualifying is finishing for Pool 1. The 7-minute mark's just hit. I'm not sure if they are starting, but it looks like we should be starting right now. We've got True Spec in pole, CADS, SNS Sean, Uncle Babby, Mr. D&J, SNS Steve, the SNS Sean's dad, so father and son, Pool 1 for the first time, Thunderdome, P7, SMP3 Pro, Sirius Sam, JP Laser, Any, Ghost Killer, T-Man, Chin Ali, and that is it. And we are off. Hope everyone had a good race, better than mine. Away we go. We've got some Sam drivers, I think. First and second, fourth and fifth, just with SNS Sean breaking up the top four. Top three make it through the first couple of corners safely. They're all on mediums, racing mediums, generally for 15 laps or so is the way to go, then 10 on softs, 1 on hard. If you don't die on the first lap and have to pit and change your strategy. SNS Steve currently in 6th. So we've got 2 Sam cars SNS, 2 Sam cars SNS. Then we have Thunderdome in 7th, SMP3 Pro 8th, the first pace driver Sirius Sam in 9th place, with Sam JP Laser 10th, Ghost Killer from pace in 11th, Henny, D-Man, and then another pace, Junali, who's had an issue and he is about 8 seconds off the lead. We've got Cad's already looking for a move on his teammate. They're going to work together. Are they going to go and fight all out? If you're watching, let us know how your race went. If you enjoyed the combo, I love these cars. I just didn't love my race. Top 3 pulling away. 1 second between them, then it's another second back to Uncle Bubby. Steve's sitting right behind him. He's getting frisky with Mr. D&G, but can't go around the outside. Junali's on racing hards. Everyone else, Henny was on hards, but he's already pitted, so he's doing 1 lap. Sirius Sam's had an incident, spun and got a 1 second penalty with a tiny amount of damage. Not a great start to his race. Then we go back to the front with the Cads boys. I don't know if Trivs or Ravanti or anyone else who normally joins me on commentary is keen. Part here is open, feel free to join, so I don't have to spend the whole time talking by myself. Just quickly going to stick with the front, be quiet for a second while I share the link on socials. It's looking for the lead again. Just opened up a little gap on SNS Sean. Right on board with Sean and watch the 2 in front of him. I love about the cars, the details in this game. If you look at the clocks, tachometer, when going in the right direction, you can see your driver's reflection in it. What a little win there by GT and putting the details into their cars. Got games a bit old. This car joined about 8 months ago I think, to the DLC, and yeah, they're still putting awesome detail into it. Gap first to second opened up slightly. I think Cads might have had a little slide there. Evening Stings, welcome. Anyone else who's watching? all nice and orderly in the top 5. SNS Steve's dropped behind Thunderdome from 6th to 7th. He might have made an error trying to overtake DNG, though, having a good battle. So the top 7's pretty static. Sam, JP Lasers up to 8th, Ghost Killers 9th, D-Man 10th, Janelli still running the hards. Interesting strategy. You only need 1 lap hard, 10 lap soft, 15 medium. S&P after his drama, he is in 12th. Henny's pitted, I think, from hards. He's 13th, Sam 14th, also having some dramas. He's pitted and fitted the softs. I think he's possibly going to go do what I did, just run 2 soft stints after damaging the car with mediums. We've got only 7 watching. Come on guys, invite your friends, get your mom, girlfriend, sister, get everyone on the stream. Let's have some fun here. New fastest lap from Trues, 1:24.0 is flying. Cads 24.0 as well. Sean 24.3, just dropping back slightly but still in the hunt. Uncle Babby 24.1, Mr. DNG 24.2, 24.8 from Thunderdome, 24.7 from Steve, who's caught right back up to Thunderdome. It's probably our closest battle at the moment. Steve looks around the outside, but just inside just can't make it. Thunderdome holds it on the outside and the battle continues. Apologies, I'm just making some coffee quickly. Still waiting for a co-host if anyone's available, interested. Pays 500 Rand in Monopoly money. SNS Steve's still with Thunderdome, up ahead. What's happening up ahead? DNG is a little bit lonely, a couple seconds ahead, couple back. Uncle Babby is now right on the back of SNS Sean. He did 23.8 his best lap last time around, 24.7 from Sean, so he must have made a slight error. He's got the pace, just one little slide and you lose this half a second to a second. Same, we've got 1.7 from the leaders. Sean still right with Cads. Truce disappearing up front, staying in the low 24s. Gotta love this car. I think the trick with this car is you got to be gentle with it, and you can't push too hard, otherwise it slides and you lose time, which isn't great when you're trying to make a comeback through the field. We've got Sean right on Cads, Uncle Babby right on Sean. There's a great battle here for second. It's also quite a tight and technical first sector, and then you've just got the 2 turns to the back middle sector, and in the back sectors there's chicane in that last sweeping turn. Go back on board with Sean. So shout out to our sponsors while we're at it: TGN Racing Simulators, Track Art, long-term sponsors, and back in with an awesome TGN rig, which is going to be a lucky draw at the end of the season. Sean made a bit of a slide there, and Uncle Babby's going to try a look on the outside, but Sean's defending, manages, I think, for now to hold him off. Uncle Babby sniffing the inside. pulls out to avoid contact. Back to the sponsors, we got Rhino Utilities, Fast Ross winning that awesome Audi GTO last week. Shout out to them. They also got some vouchers for the top 3 for the overall season still to hand out. And we also gave away, I can't even remember now, I think it was a 917 Porsche Le Mans model a couple weeks back early in the season. So shout out to Rhino Utilities. And then we've got Right Recruitment, who's having the livery contest end of the season, their favourite livery from each race. They've picked one per race. The favourite at the end is going to get a goodie bag with some die-cast cars or car and pamphlets and other things. I think they've said BMW was the focus there. So yeah, shout out TGN, Track Art, Racing, Right Recruitment and Rhino Utilities. Sting says Sean's still in school and already riding with the big boys. The funny part is normally we used to have our schoolboys were dominating here. We had DKP who was still in school. We had what's his name, Jean Diogo, JVJ, I can't remember his full PSN, a couple youngsters, and they took us old bullies and even the 20-30 year olds to town, taught us a lesson. So Sean's the next in a line of teens to come and cause havoc at Gtsa. I can only read half of that. Anyway, it says the car went from horrendous to simply lovely, but Trivs hates me. I can't see the rest. It cuts off. This is where I need Raventy reading the comments. Sean under attack from Uncle Bobby. Got the inside down to the chicane. He's going to have to defend there side by side. Who's latest on the brakes? Sean a bit early there. Uncle Bobby goes through to third. So we sing his praises, and he drops one position. Meanwhile, Truce has disappeared at the front. He's opened 3.5 seconds on CADs. There you go. He's in turn 1. The other guy's only going over the line. Mr. DNG not too far back at the moment. So we've got 1, 2, 3 now for Sam, Sean, then Mr. DNG. Why are you doing 23s in pool 3, Goniwe? We've got 23 hairs in pool 1. So you must slow it down there. Also you must seed and do all the races, so you could be in pool 1 where you belong. Further back, Thunderdome and Steve are still having that intense battle. You can almost see Thunderdome looking in his mirrors. Steve wants to get up front and help Sean. He's going to have to make up about 5-6 seconds. Further back, JP Laser's got Ghost Killer pace, finding some pace now in the car. Ghost Killer in 9th, D-Man just a little bit back, SMP Pro, Henny, see the problem is Henny's using a Kevin Swans helmet like me, which is a bit of a curse in this car it seems. Ginelli's in 13th, Sir Sam 14th, he's Mr. McWhite saying keep the bathtub on the black stuff. True's still in the low 24s, 24-1, 24-2, 24-2, 24-2, 24-2, 24-0, 0-2. So literally 2 tenths between every lap for the first 9 laps. 8 laps excluding lap 1. A brilliant job so far, no wonder he's 4 seconds ahead. You can see Cads is in the 25s, Uncle Babby's back in the low 24s, Sean's in the was 25s last time around, obviously that was with that overtake early on, lost a bit of time. DNG's in the 25s, Thunderdome low 25s, Sean looks like he's getting ready to make a move for the 6th, 7th lap in a row. Must be regretting whatever happened that let Thunderdome get back past him. These guys are all on the mediums. We've got JP Laser in 8th, 18 seconds off the pace. Got Ghost Killer right on him now, and D-Man's close on both of them. Just shows the pace. SMP3 Pro still driving with damage on his mediums. Henny still on mediums. Then we have Janelli on mediums. Sam's been on the softs for a while. He's been a little bit inconsistent. I'm not sure if he practiced much in this car. 24s, 25, 26, 27, 26. So a bit all over the place unusually for Sam, but I'm sure you'll be back. Nice drift there from True into turn 1. You see Cads going through. Uncle Babby's definitely closing and bringing Sean with. They've opened the gap to 3 seconds on Mr. DNG. Thunderdome in 6th, still holding off Sean. Sorry, Benue, I just missed your message. You'll have to ask again. Top 7 still within 13 seconds. It's a great little battle with JP Laser, Ghost Killer and D-Man. Ready on lap 11 of 26, so we should see the guys coming in about lap 15, around about there, maybe a lap or 2 earlier or later. Looks like, who's that with the penalty? D-Man, Ghost Killer's got a penalty, so he's run wide, and you would have seen there, he's got a half-second penalty and dropped to 10th place. That frees up JP Laser to have a bit of breathing room. We're going to go find some of the other battles now, see what's happening with them. True's gap stabilized at 7.2, Cads 1 second ahead of Baby, 1.4 to Sean, 2.4 to GNG. You can see the tires are starting to wear a little. Thunderdome 3.5 back, he's still got Steve all over him. SNS Steve looking for a way through. Let me know if you hear that little beep beep there. My headphones just decided to start giving me low battery warning. I'll just ignore it, but if you guys can hear it, I'll have to put it on charge. Steve looking for the move. Actually, I see some support there for Uncle Baby. True specs disappearing like a VAT increase up front. 4.8 seconds. Cads 1 second still ahead of Uncle Baby. They're both lapping 24s, mid 24s. Uncle Baby slightly faster last time around. Same with Sean. This is going to get interesting now. If you Baby or Sean, you might want to pit 1 lap earlier than you're planning to on the mediums. Get the softs, maybe try for an undercut. Sean taking the farming line there. Any wider than that, you end up like me, spinning it and losing 20 seconds. So it's getting a little bit ragged. DNG still 2 seconds behind him, 4 seconds out of Thunderdome. He's having a good couple laps. Thunderdome's Baby, Sean, Steve, SNS, one of them. You know what I mean? You can see it on TV. They're still tied to each other. Steve just needs to try something different here. He closes into this last corner, but then his exit doesn't seem as good. Thunderdome, tracks like this, not that I'm anyone to talk, but your exit from that last corner into the long straight and then the exit from the second right makes a huge difference. If you can exit it well, as Thunderdome does there, then Steve can't attack him. You see a whole bunch of cars coming down the straight. Leaders on lap 13 now. These guys are just about to start 13. There's a horrible pit lane. J00 says he sees TC. I don't know. I can't actually remember what was on the settings, but we'll have to check with the host. JP Lasers kept that 1 second gap to D-Man. Ghost Killer's 1.5 after his penalty behind. S&P 11th, Henny 12th, Junali 11th, and Sam 12th, 14th. Jeez, mass. Uncle Babby's continued to close down on Cad's, got the gap under a second. I think Uncle Babby's probably matching 24.2, 24.6 last time around for True, so Babby was the fastest on the track. We should see pit stops on a lap or two, and then we're really going to see some pull one times with soft tyres. Might have a couple guys putting hards on for one lap. So True's going through, he's not in this lap. Cad's not in, Babby not in. SNS Sean goes through, thought he might be pulling for pit stop. DNG, Sean's dropped off a little bit off Uncle Babby, 2.9 seconds. He's struggling a little bit on the worn tyres. We've got our first pit stop, SNS Steve. He's trying an undercut to get past Thunderdome, who's been holding him up not holding him up, but backing him out for 14 laps. Can you hear your volume's very loud? Stings. I can't hear Stings. What happened with Stings? Did he join the party? So SNS Steve goes on to softs. He coming out in 11th with quite a lot of 10-second gap in front of him, 40 seconds behind, so nice big window to put into, especially since I would expect S&P in the next 2 laps or 3 laps maximum. So we'll go back to the front Henny pits. True's coming through the chicane. He possibly will pit this lap. Is he going to go longer? He does not come in. 5.5 seconds. Cad's not in, Uncle Babby not in, SNS Sean not in. It's surprising for me because even with my terrible time management I could get good pace for 10 laps on the softs. Thunderdome's in, he's trying to cover off the undercut from Steve. So we're going to see now what happens. Ghost Killer Pace is also in. D-Man goes through. S&P's in. Steve coming through. Will Steve get out ahead of Thunderdome? Thunderdome's coming out the pit exit. Still in pits. Thunderdome's gone onto hard, so he's going to do one lap. He's one lap on hards now, and he has been undercut by Steve. He's going to have more than likely come into the pits on the next lap as well, just to get rid of the hards after one. Connie, we're nominating the chaparral for the one make race. Problem is it needs to be a cheapish car for late reveal. So Steve freed up into what's technically 6th place. D-Man and JP Laser's gone through. True's in the pits on lap 17 laps down. Next week is a late reveal, correct? Cad's in, Uncle Babby in, Sean in. They all got similar fuel. True's used a little bit more, Cad's a little bit less than the two behind him. It won't be enough to make any realistic difference though to the positions. Mr. DNG's in. Sam JP Laser's in. Expect D-Man's got a bit of front damage, he's coming in. Thunderdome, Steve's gone through, Thunderdome's gone through. Our leaders are coming out the pits already. Sean's gone onto softs, DNG onto hards. We're going to have to go to the front of the pack now and just see who's where. Okay, so we've got True, he's gone hards, he'll be one lap. Cad's gone hards, one lap. Uncle Babby hards for one lap. Mr. DNG, hards. They haven't fueled for the last while either, that's why DNG's got past. He's 1 second ahead of Sean, who's on soft, so Sean's going to need to pass him. Gap down to 6/10. He's going to be right on him by this next corner. With a better drive, can he get enough drive to just pass him straight away down this back straight? It looks like it. Mr. DNG could block for his teammates, but I don't know if he's going to be able to. If I was Sean with the softs versus hards, I'll just throw it up the inside. You're going to break half an hour later. Put 3 votes. There we go. Sean does do exactly what I said. He's got so much more grip. Goes through on DNG, who's going to pit anyway. We've got True coming in, getting rid of his hards. Sure, Cads will as well. Uncle Baby and Mr. DNG. So they're all getting rid of hards. Sean just needs to push now. You need it for splash and dash. I think you need about 24 seconds. I doubt SNS Steve's flying at the moment. It's only 3.5 behind Sean, 23.7 fastest lap of the race. So he's going to definitely regret those laps behind Thunderdome. We've got the True's out, he's 17 seconds behind, so realistically he's still 7 seconds ahead of Sean. Lead not under threat, Cads. But then Uncle Babby and Sean are pretty even on the pit stop, depending on how long it takes. So third place battle we were looking at earlier. Trinelli's on the mediums, he's in 6th place. He still needs to make one more pit stop in this race, I think. He's done hards and mediums, so he still needs to do softs. DNG is on softs. Thunderdome's on softs. So out of our net top 7, it's just Sean who needs to pit for hard still. Running through the field. Sam's currently 12th, but he's on hard, so he either has to do 8 laps on them or pit and give up that 20 seconds. So that's the issue with having a lap 1 or 2 crash and damage here with heavy damage. D-Man with the 3-second penalty, only guessing that pit lane entrance is quite tricky. Steve's dropped off a little bit from Sean. Sean flying, fastest lap, still Steve last time around, but Sean into the 23s. Steve's already done 5 laps on his softs, well, it's his 5th lap now. He still needs, Steve also needs to pit for hard still, out of our top 7. Gap between the leader and 3rd, net first, is still 17. Cads is now 21. Uncle Babby's with him. Uncle Babby's closing. Cads has just dropped a few seconds there. Not his best lap last time around. Uncle Babby on course for fastest lap. Sean does a 23.3. Absolutely flying. Will anyone get into 22s? We'll have to wait and see. Do they go faster? 23.3 for Uncle Babby, 0.04 slower than Sean's last lap. Cads 23.956. Mr. DNG 23.0. He's absolutely pushing on his own, no distractions. SNS Steve is Steve. It's not Pulsar, I think it's Estes and some Steve. I'm trying to remember now. Is it Estes and something like that? You'll have to look it up or ask him. Engelbrecht, something with the E. Do you think Gonu was saying there might be team orders with True and Cads and Uncle Babby? Well, the gap's at half a second, so he needs to. Cads will say he needs to get closer. He's not right on me yet. So Sean is still flying. He did 23.8 last time, a little bit slower than his previous lap, but he's now 4.5 seconds faster than his dad. His dad was 24.0 last time. Lyric says hello to everyone. True 23.0, new fastest lap. He's closed a second on Sean in the last 2 laps. Sean's still having to stop for tyres, which is about 20 seconds, 22 seconds. A big slide there from True. He's really pushing now. Problem is, I don't know if he knows, but he doesn't need to. He just needs to stay on the track. Run 24 zeros, he'll be fine with only 5-6 laps to go. Cad's still dropping back, but Uncle Babby's right on him. They're 21 seconds behind Sean. Sean's going to slot in somewhere with Cad's Uncle Babby, maybe just behind them, ahead of DNG. See, Sean needs to crack on a little bit here for the last 4 laps before he pits. It feels pretty spread out at the moment. 32 seconds Sean from the lead, so he's about 27 off Steve, who he was battling, but I think Steve should get a jump on him with the different strategy being freed up, and did those quick laps early on. Right on board with Uncle Babby for a little bit. You see him hunting Kaz, new fastest lap by 0.04 again. These guys are taking thousandth of a second each time improvement. He does have a slipstream from Cads. What Cads did at 23.4, so not much slower. Shows how impressive DNG's lap was, 23.0, because he didn't have a slipstream down the 2 long straights. We see Cads having a big moment there, and he loses it. Very unfortunate. He's got some rear damage. DNG goes through Thunderdome, but still 4 seconds, 5 seconds back. Cads might be able to hang on if he doesn't pit. See that damage out of accident. I was losing 3 seconds a lap down the straight. I was only doing 2:30. So that's Cad's podium's hopes gone. 1.7 seconds ahead of DNG. See, Sam Engineers didn't pull the strategy there. Cad's just moved out the way, unfortunately, freeing Babby up to go after True. Or actually, he's going to try and now catch Sean for the overall second place, third place. Cad's still losing time to Thunderdome. After Thunderdome, though, he's got a huge gap, so he might lose 6 if Thunderdome can get past in the next 4 laps. It's got the pace, but whether he can pass is a question. We're going to go back and see Uncle Babby got a half-second penalty. That won't help him in his quest to catch Sean. Gap's at about 21 seconds still. That will cost him the 1 second he made up with those fastest laps in a row. I'm not even sure. It depends on... I don't think Sean will need fuel, so my splash and dash was half a lap's fuel, and that took 24 seconds. True comfortable, still 16 seconds matching Sean's pace. He's closing in on Steve, but realistically he's ahead of both of them. Sean's now open 7 seconds on his dad. Good drive from Steve though, he lost a lot of time early on. He's had those tyres on now for 10 laps already. Doing the early stop, Steve and Sean need to pit still. Leaving the hards for the last lap, so you don't want to be in a battle on that last lap, otherwise you're going to really need to defend hard. And you won't have the weapons to do it. With Cad's accident, I think Steve should come out still in 5th place, so he mustn't push too hard. Uncle Babby with his penalties dropped to 21.5 seconds behind Sean, which is an important number. They're halfway around this lap, and Sean will most likely do one more afterwards. And then we're going to see probably Babby coming out right behind him or right with him. And can Sean defend on hards for 1 lap to get his 2nd podium in a row, and I think second place in a row. With 5 rounds left, he could still be a title contender, getting some nice consistent results now. Fortunately, it's only him and his dad practicing together. He doesn't have a team to fine-tune that strategy, but it looks like everyone's done pretty similar things, just in different order. Gap still 21.5 with Uncle Barry. Our leaders on lap 25 of 26, so Sean will be coming in this time around. Still 24.2 last time around. He's on his 10th lap with these tyres. 9th lap with these tyres, sorry. Steve's on his 11th lap. Still in the 24s, great pace. True's taken 2 seconds out of Sean in the last few laps. He's still in the mid-23s. That consistency early on was brilliant. 24.2 to 24.0 for the first 9 laps. Now with the lighter fuel, he's 23.5, 23.6, 23.6. One shaky 24.0 there, I'm not sure what happened. Pushing too hard after his 23.0 maybe. But definitely driver of the day material for that consistency. All pretty much flawless drive. I'm going to watch the leaders. So Sean's lost a second there, 20.5 to Baby currently. He's obviously running out of grip on those older soft tyres. He's into the pits. Got to attack that very tricky entrance. 3-second penalty now would be disaster for him. Steve, not quite as much pressure. Should be realistically in 5th place. I'm going to see True has gone through. He's coming through the first corner. Sean and Steve put a little bit of fuel in there, so that's going to cost some time. Uncle Babby, I think, is going to go through with that. Does he? Yeah, he's through already. That little bit of fuel, 10% fuel. I don't know why they put so much in. I think 5-6% he would have probably made it to the end, but that extra couple seconds. So that should be our podium settled. Doubt Mr. DNG, if Sean just takes it safe, will make up 5 seconds even with the tyre difference. Sorry, Steve's down to 7th. I'm not sure what happened there. 1 second behind Thunderdome, 2.5 behind CAD. So what did Steve do? He just had a very long in lap. Must have had a slide somewhere. So Steve's got a brand new racing hards. Thunderdome's got worn racing softs, but I doubt he's going to be able to do anything in the last half lap from a second behind. So maybe stayed out a little bit too long. But we have True coming through last corner, 6 seconds ahead of Uncle Babby. Takes a win. Sam domination. Uncle Babby takes second. A little spin into the wall. Sean comes across for third. Great drive by him. An alternate strategy. DNG made some good places there late on. He beats Cads by 2.7 after Cads had that unfortunate incident. Lost 10 seconds. Without that little spin, Cads probably would have been in the fight for second still, obviously. Steve comes home in 7th. A little bit surprising. Thought he would have held on to 5th there, but just not enough. Ghost Killer 8th. Good recovery. Junelli 9th. JP Laser 10th. S&P coming for 11th. D-Man and Henny fighting for 12th on the last turn. Well, they're not, because D-Man's, I think, a lap down. No, they were fighting for it. Anyway, and then Sam comes across in 14th. So thanks to everyone. Shout out to our sponsors, TGN Racing Simulators, Rhino Utilities, Right Recruitment, Track Art. No cost cap and catering budget here. Gone anywhere. We're just going to have a quick look at the results. So, fastest lap of the first, second and fourth, all within 500ths, and first and second within 4,000th of each other. Great performance by Sean as well. Thunderdome, Steve. 26 laps, only 20 seconds off the pace. Top 7. And well done to the other guys. It was a very tricky combo. One little mistake and you died a horrible death. So thanks to everyone who watched. We'll catch you next week for a late reveal. We might even have some voting going on. So if it's bad combo, that's your guys' fault. See you then.